Well, hello, folks, and welcome to the Dieter Melhorn Fishing Podcast. I hope you're having a good day, whatever day it is that you happen to be listening to the show. I'm coming to you remotely today from down here in Florida at the rental house. We're down here for ICAST this week and doing some stuff. And this story came up. I put a short up about it yesterday, just polling some people, getting some feedback on what you would do if you caught a fish that you 100% knew was a state record, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Would you kill it to get it certified? This comes up because of what happened out in Kansas. There was a fish caught out there by an experienced tournament angler, very capable of keeping fish alive, and had everything in place to keep fish alive. And he caught a fish and went through the record verification process while keeping it alive, trying to keep it alive, to get it verified, certified by the state, and then was going to release it alive. He was in contention for the Catch the Fever awards program they have for state and world record fish, where if you catch a fish, certain species, on their rods, and you release the fish alive, you get a prize. 15, 20, 25,000, whatever that number is now. I'm not sure what it is. Mad Cats has a similar program, but I think in theirs you get a rod and you get your money off the sale of the fishing rods that have your name on it. A little different program, but with Catch the Fever, the fish has to be released alive. Now this guy went through all the steps. He caught this fish, figured out which state it was in because he was on the Missouri River between Kansas and Missouri, figured out which state he was in, went to the appropriate officials to get it verified. And this was a delayed process. From what I understand, he caught this thing at night, which is typically the way a lot of these unfold. You catch them at night, overnight in the darkness. You got to wait until the next morning to get a hold of somebody. You got to get them out there. They got to get it on certified scales. It can be a big pain in the butt to do this. He at least had the wherewithal to know how this could happen. What's interesting is, I don't know when this happened exactly, same area, recently, within the past 5 years, there was a fish caught there in that same area, same river, that would have broke the Kansas record. The Kansas record was around 102 pounds. The fish that was caught this time that broke the record that we're talking about was, I think, 121, 122 pounds, so significantly bigger. But this other fish was caught by an angler, and it's around 112 pounds. He released it alive without getting it certified. Didn't want to take the risk of killing the fish. He knew it would have broke the state record for Kansas, but he released it alive without getting it certified. Interesting story there. So it's been done before. Radish, a guy out in, I believe, Mississippi, caught one that would, I think to this day, still be the world record. Fish that appears to be over 150 pounds. Got pictures of it, released it alive. So it's been done. So all you folks that jumped into the comments on the short saying you would release it, there are some people out there that would release a fish like this. And I'm going to give you my opinion on what I would do in this situation in a minute. But back to the guy in Kansas, went through everything he was supposed to keep the fish alive, get it certified, everything documented, and the fish died. And it just, it happens is the bottom line. It happens. You do everything possible. It's in water. This is in summertime now. We're talking about some hotter water. You're doing everything possible. But the fish is stressed from the battle, stressed from captivity, and it ended up dying. Obviously, he catches a lot of flack online for killing the fish, especially from people who are not in the catfishing community, don't know him and his abilities as an angler, as a tournament angler, and people who are just basically ignorant of the entire situation. And, he made the attempts to keep it alive, did everything he could, the fish died. Nothing illegal about any of that. Let's be perfectly clear about that. Catfish are one of the few fish in America that will make it to the scales, be certified for a state record, and released alive. Very few fish, most fish that are being weighed for a state record end up coming to the scales with the DNR people in a cooler dead. That's just the way it works. Most of them end up dying. People end up wanting to get them mounted. They're going to eat them, whatever. Because of the CPR, catch, photograph, release kind of movement in the catfish world, anglers try to keep these fish alive, as did this angler in Kansas. He did everything possible. He's kept many fish alive. Tournament angler, one big fish in fishing tournaments. He had everything in place, but it still shows you a fish like this can die over a prolonged period of time. So, of course, he's getting the onslaught from the people online. Again, as this gets, it's a widespread, it's, a lot of people see this. A lot of people that are outside the fishing community don't get it, don't understand it, and you get the comments. That comes with the territory. But it did bring up a question, and that's why I want to get y'all's opinion on it. I'm going to give you my opinion on it as to whether or not you'd kill a fish. A lot of you people chimed in on the shorts that I had up on different platforms with no, you wouldn't do it. And some of you were honest and said, sure, you would. Me personally, I went back and forth on this topic over the years. I went from heck yeah, I would do whatever it takes to get that fish in and get it weighed and, try to keep it alive, but if it dies, it dies. And then I went through a phase where it was like, who cares? It's a state record. You're not getting rich off of it. You may make $20,000, $25,000, but that's not life-changing money. It's good money. It's a great reward, but it's not life-changing money. And then I kind of come back to what happened in this situation. This fish died. They actually aged it. Biologists out there aged it. I spoke with the guy via text that caught it in Kansas, and I believe he said the otolith aging was 22 or 23 years old, which is in line with every state record fish that's been caught and actually aged scientifically. I've said this before. You hear people talk, again, people that don't know what you're talking about, these fish live in 30, 40, 50 years. Maybe there's a fish that lives that long, but I haven't seen a record of it. These fish that we see that are actually aged, these 100+ pound fish, this one 122, I believe, are generally 18's about the youngest, 26 is about the oldest, 22, 23, 24 is about the middle road there. There are many years, many spawns. This fish has millions of offspring out there. Its DNA has been spread. It's at the end of its life. Maybe it's got another year. And that's where the part of me comes in is you're really not doing that much damage. And again, go back to my original question I posed here, because this is very important. I'm not saying kill every fish that size. I'm saying 100% guaranteed you've got a state record. 100%, no question whatsoever. Would you kill it? Over the past decade, there have probably been 7 fish, 8 fish that fit that category of 100% absolutely eclipsing a state record. Maybe 8 fish. Let's say there's 20. Out of the whole scheme of things in the entire country and the millions of catfish caught, that's not a big deal. Now, I don't support killing every big catfish out there just because you think it's old or you think it's a state record or I don't have a scale, it looks big to me. Don't support that at all. And I obviously don't do it. You watch my videos, I release tens of thousands of fish a year. Or over the course of the videos, not a year, probably 1,500 I think is what we're averaging a year that are released. So I don't know. The bottom line is I don't know what I would do. I think it would depend on the day and the fish and where I'm at. Luckily, I don't think I'm ever going to have to worry about that because I think North Carolina is so high now that I don't fish in an area where I think that's possible. It is possible with a flathead catfish, both in North Carolina and South Carolina. Blue maybe in South Carolina, right place. I mean, the blue, weight on the biggest blue in South Carolina, but I don't think I'll ever have to worry about that. The bottom line is I don't really know what I do. I think it's easy for us to sit here and say, I'm going to do this, say, I'm going to do that. But I don't know. The bottom line is I don't have a problem with what this guy did in Kansas. He did everything possible to keep it alive. It was obviously a state record fish, and he took all the steps to keep it alive, and it's an old fish. It didn't have much time left, so I don't condemn him for what he did. Congratulations to him. I do hate that he didn't get the money. That hurts, but he's got the record. He'll remember that a lot longer than the money would have been around anyway. So that's my take on it. Give me your feedback. I love to hear what you guys got to say. I always get some very intelligent, well thought out responses, so I look forward to reading them in the comments. We'll catch you guys out on the water.